All right, let's dive into something I find absolutely fascinating. We're going to tackle a big question today. Where exactly is the line between architecture and sculpture? It's a line that used to feel super clear, but now, well, you could argue it's pretty much vanished. So let's unpack how we got here.
So let me just start by asking you this. When you look at some of the wild, flowing, incredible structures going up today, are you looking at a place for people to live and work? Or are you looking at a massive piece of art that you just happen to be able to walk inside? And this right here perfectly frames our whole conversation. On the left, you've got an architectural masterpiece by the legendary Frank Gehry. And on the right, a huge steel sculpture by Richard Serra. I mean, just look at them. They're speaking the same visual language, right? All those sweeping metal forms, those complex curves. One is a building, the other is art. This is the blur we're going to explore.
Okay, so to really understand how things got so mixed up, we have to go back, way back, because for most of human history, there was no fight between architecture and sculpture. They were basically two sides of the same coin working together in, well, perfect harmony.
And the traditional definition is really the key here. See, architectural sculpture isn't just a statue you plop down in front of a building. It's art that's woven into the very fabric of the building itself. The two are meant to be totally inseparable.
And this was the gold standard for thousands of years. Think about it. In ancient Egypt, those colossal statues were literally part of the temple walls. The Greeks perfected putting sculptures inside the triangular gables of their temples, the pediments, to tell these epic stories. And then you have the Gothic cathedrals, using unbelievably intricate carvings and stained glass to create this completely immersive spiritual experience. The harmony was absolute.
But then, everything changed. The 20th century rolls around, and that clear, harmonious relationship, it starts to break down, fast. The very definitions of what a building is and what art is are suddenly and radically challenged.
And this wasn't just a simple change in style. This was a full-blown revolution in thinking. You had the Industrial Revolution bringing us amazing new materials like steel and reinforced concrete, and a whole new philosophy came with them. People started asking, why decorate a building when the structure itself could be beautiful? All of a sudden, it was all about function, simplicity, and being honest about your materials.
This slogan from Germany's famous Bauhaus school just nails this new mindset. Their goal was pretty radical. They wanted to unify all the arts, not for some fancy elite decoration, but for mass production. They wanted to create things that were both useful and beautiful for the modern world, which completely blurred the line between what an artist did and what an industrial designer did.
So this new obsession with material honesty leads us straight to styles like brutalism, which comes from the French for raw concrete. Architects started to celebrate the concrete itself, its texture, its sheer weight, its raw power. I mean, think of a building like UC San Diego's Giza Library. In a structure like that, there's no decoration added on top. The building is the sculpture. It's this dramatic, powerful form, all shaped from raw concrete.
And then deconstructivism came along and just threw the entire rulebook out the window. It's like it looked at the nice, tidy, orderly world of traditional architecture and said, you know what? Let's embrace a little bit of chaos. And that meant fragmenting forms, disrupting all that perfect symmetry, and creating these fluid, totally unpredictable shapes that felt a lot more like the complex, sometimes fractured, nature of modern life.
And this is how we get back to architects like Frank Gehry. His process, it's pure sculptor. Seriously, he doesn't start with floor plans and measurements. He starts with these loose, messy sketches and then builds physical models with his hands, playing with the overall mass and shape of the thing first. For him, the final building isn't just about function. It's a provocative work of art that's meant to be experienced. Which brings us right up to today, a time where that line between architecture and art, it's not just blurry anymore. In a lot of cases, it's just plain gone. You have architects and artists working together, using incredible new tools to create structures that are, from the ground up, fully integrated works of art. Just take a look at the Dung Damun Design Plaza in Seoul. During the day, it's this stunning, fluid piece of architecture. But at night, oh man, at night, its facade completely comes alive. It has integrated LED lighting and media projections that turn the entire building into this dynamic, living canvas for digital art. Or check out how art is fusing with ecology now. Singapore's Gardens by the Bay, it's so much more than a park. Those massive super trees are literally living sculptures. Their vertical gardens, their environmental engines, and at night their light installations, all rolled into one. Here, architecture, nature, and art have completely merged into a single, just breathtaking experience. And finally, let's think about interactive structures. The Vessel in New York City. It's not really a building in any traditional sense, is it? It's a massive, climbable, explorable sculpture. Its entire function is artistic and social. It's meant to be experienced, to be seen, and for people to interact with it and each other. It's architecture as pure public art.
So, maybe the conversation has totally shifted. Maybe the right question isn't, is it a building or a sculpture anymore? Maybe it's, how does this structure make us feel? And what does it invite us to do? So the next time you're walking around, I want you to look at your city through this new lens. Which buildings are more than just buildings? What structure in your city is secretly a sculpture? Thanks for joining me.